Well, our speaker today, this young man had a chance to go down and spend his birthday, flew down and took his organization out to lunch. He got to one of the largest organization building in San Diego. He's a single father. I have a lot of admiration for him. He's also a great leader. He always has some really good material to talk to. And he always talks about systems because ACN is all about systems. And without further ado, regional director from the San Diego area, the one and only Mr. Julian Lewis.
Hey, Mr. Thomas, you know what I love? I noticed that when you were in San Diego, I got to catch you in rare form with the flip-flops and the cigar. And then I saw another one at Byron's place. And I think it's great that you're able to plug in and share that type of time with people so they can really understand, because we do ACN so that we can live the way we want. And a lot of people don't see that when we're on here doing this. They can feel the energy, but I'm so blessed that you were able to come out to San Diego and they could catch why you do it. And you showed people in San Diego what San Diego's supposed to be like, who've been living here for years. So I thought that was awesome. Now, for those of you that don't know, Mr. Thomas, he doesn't just help people in his organization, he helps everyone. And he loves to see people win. I remember even when I was new, it didn't matter. I noticed that when I would see him at the International, it didn't matter who you were. If you were in his team, if you weren't in his team, if you were hungry and you were ready to learn, he was ready to pour into you. And that's the reason why he's so blessed. He doesn't give with a closed fist. Does that make sense? And so I'm so excited that he actually is our mentor and we're a part of his organization, because that's the type of individual you want to lock arms with. So Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for everything you do and allowing me to be on the call. It's November, but November is the start of your 2022. And today we're going back to basics. So I want to make sure you guys understand this. One of the things that helped me to catapult my business to be able to create massive results is the basic we're going to talk about this morning, is learning how to present effectively. And so we got to the point where we would enroll so many people because we got great at presenting effectively. And I want to talk about that because some people mistake being like articulate and wowing people and all that stuff with presenting effectively. No, presenting effectively is being able to, number one, understand that the presentation is usually about timing in someone's life, not your talent. That's the first thing I want to cover. It's about timing, not talent. You can say the right thing to the wrong person and they won't join. But sometimes you can say the wrong thing to the right person and they will join. All right. So it's about timing, not talent. And so the other thing about presentations is people use a lot of, and you want to take notes of this, you can cross this out. Stop using a lot of ACN jargon. What is jargon? What does that mean? It's ACN lingo or language. And so what I mean by that is all the acronyms, jokes that only ACN IBOs understand. All that stuff, you want to take that clear out of your presentation, because no one gets it. All right. The other thing I want you to understand too is if you're an ETL, if you're a CQ, if you're an RD, if you're an RVP or SVP, surprise, all the new people, none of them know what those are. So they don't know to give you more importance as an RVP than to give a CQ. Here's what I'm trying to say. Edification is what gives the speaker importance. So if I edify a CQ and I say, Mr. Thomas is he's customer qualified. What does that mean? He understands exactly how to acquire customers in this business. He's pioneering his market. I'm so excited because he's having a fast start. And because of the results he's getting so far, there's no one better to be able to share with you exactly how this project works than CQ, customer qualified executive, Mr. Al Thomas. No one knows that CQ, oh my gosh, he's brand new. I just edified him and people are like, wow, that guy's doing well. What did I say? I told the truth. He knows how to acquire customers. He's off to a fast start. So there's no one better to be able to share the information with you. That's true. So we got to get away from thinking, oh, these titles mean anything to a new person, because the reality is they don't. They don't even know what they are. So those are the first things that I wanted to touch on as we move forward. And then lastly, you want to communicate clearly when you present the information with an understanding of what you want to happen. So what do you want to happen at the end? You want people to make a decision on whether or not they see themselves as a business partner or a customer. Notice I didn't say whether they want to do it or not. I didn't say whether they want to do it or not. I gave them two doors, whether they want to be a business owner or a customer. And in our presentation, there's three categories. Category one, you're ready to get started. Category two, you have some questions. And category three, you want to support and become a customer. Those are the only options you have when we present. And how do I set up the expectation? I inspect what I expect. In the beginning of the presentation, I say, listen, ladies and gentlemen, after our conversation, you're going to have enough information to determine whether you see a value to partner with us or you see a value to save some money on some bills. So I'm letting them know to be prepared that at the end, they'll have enough information to make a what? To make a decision. Okay, so these are important. So I'm creating the environment for the behavior that I want. All right, so I'm gonna get into it, and you guys are in for a treat. Lastly, it's supposed to be brief. A briefing is brief. And so we're gonna go into that. So if you take a look, everything that I shared with you, let's pretend those are the 2 minute. That's the 2-minute video. Okay, so the background that I just shared with you is the 2-minute video. After the 2-minute video, I come up and I recap, because sometimes it's beautiful that the 2-minute video is so fast. Here's the problem though. It's so fast that if someone's under the table, like my guy King is under the table right now, he does something and I'm like, hey King, what are you doing? I missed half the video. Does that make sense? Because it's so fast. So at the end of the video, what I do is I recap and I say, hey, quick recap on the video, just so you understand the points. What is ACN? ACN is a company that has a unique business model. These providers partnered with us because we helped them to get customers without the expensive advertising, which means they can lower the cost to the customer and we can get paid alongside the providers. That's what ACN does, okay? So now they're like, oh, okay, I got it. And then we go into box number 1. So what I'm gonna do for you right now is I'm gonna go through the boxes and show you how simple this is, because I don't know if you've ever seen it this simple, but you, like I said, be clear, concise, and make sure that your language is updated. Use the type of language we use today. Notice I won't be saying seminar. I won't be saying meetings. I won't be saying any of the things that we said in the 80s. I'm going to be saying things that we say in 2021, because that's who you're speaking to, people in 2021. So if you look, take a look with me. I'm going to bring up these slides here. Well, before I do, just to give you a brief background on myself. Your background should be 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds. Prior to getting involved with ACN, I was a senior systems engineer. I was working roughly 80 to 90 hours a week at my job. I was averaging 50 to 60 flights a year, which put me in a situation where I really didn't have a lot of time for myself or my family. Good fortune came my way. I was introduced to this project by my first mentor in this industry, who shared with me a system that allowed me to walk away from my full-time income, come home to my family, and most importantly, become the type of father that I felt my daughter deserved. Guys, that's less than 30 seconds. All right, so once we do that, let's go ahead and share slide number 1. So we're going to go right through it so you definitely understand this. So if you take a look at box 1, this is the background of the company. Notice we have an established track record. We started in the United States, January of '93. We're in 27 countries on 5 continents. We've done over $4 billion in revenue, and we've acquired millions of customers dealing with these services, both in the home and the business. We deal with cell phones, high-speed internet, bundled services, television, gas and electricity, security and automation, payment processing, and identity theft protection. And what you'll notice, there are a lot of household names that you're familiar with. Companies like Spectrum, AT&T, DirecTV, Vivint, Dish Network, and Frontier, just to name a few. Now, why is it that these household name providers partnered with ACN? It's because, like I mentioned before, of our business model. See, most service providers use expensive forms of advertising like media and internet marketing in hopes to attract customers. ACN's difference is we bypass the expensive advertising and we go direct to the customer, allowing, listen to this, allowing the providers to lower the cost to the customer. And there's enough left over to do some good in the world. And we do that through our charity, Project Feeding Kids. In connection with Feeding America and Food Banks Canada up north, every single time a customer is acquired, a child gets fed. Now, here's what I want to share with you. Being a customer is very simple. You go to the website, we show you how to do that. And being an independent business owner is simple and affordable. And what I love about joining up as a business owner with ACN is the startup cost is only $199. Now listen to this. For that, you're able to get your own personalized website, Compass online and marketing tools, complete business tracking, and complete customer support. And as your business grows and you acquire customers and it expands into multiple cities, states, and even countries, the overhead expense to doing your business per month is only $25. And as a 1099 business owner, that's all a tax write-off anyway. So take a look at this. So now you have your business set up. And when we direct customers, ACN doesn't want you to be a salesperson. All they want you to do is direct them to the website and help them decide which services add the most value for themselves. So we keep it simple so that you can get paid on the bills that people become customers for. Now, here's how we get paid. The first way we get paid is called personal monthly customer bonuses. When you refer people to your website and they become customers, you're going to get paid. When you refer 3 services, you're going to earn $75. 2 more services is going to earn you $200. And then check this out. For every 3 additional services, you're going to earn $200. And you can do that as much as you want every single calendar month. So you have the opportunity to do that. And then on top of that, on every single one of those customers' bills, you're going to get paid a residual percentage. ACN starts you out at 3% residual income on all the monthly commissionable revenue. But as you gather more customers, they will max you out and you'll get a full 20% every single month on that revenue. On top of that, as you share this opportunity with other people, your opportunity grows because people can join your team. And as people join your team, when they gather customers, you have the ability to earn bonuses that are paid out weekly when your team acquires customers, ranging between $50 and as high as $300. And as your team members' customers pay their bills every month, not only does your team get paid on that, so do you. You will get paid 4% on all the monthly commissionable revenue coming from customers that your team members have referred. And as you and your team gather more customers, you're able to increase your revenue because you earn positions that allow you to increase your bonuses, residual income, and take vacations all around the world. So what's the next steps? When you're ready to get started as an independent business owner, we're going to show you how to enroll. We're going to help you to utilize a support system. We're going to show you how to participate in training. And then we're going to lock arms with you and help you to start acquiring customers, because you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. Speaking of that, 99% of the people that see this opportunity fall into one of three categories. Either category one, I know myself, I know Marie, who's an executive team leader in our team. She was a number one. I showed her a 10-minute video on her lunch break, and she called me back and said, I want to join. How can I make this happen? If you're number two, that means you have interest, but you have some questions. I was a number two. One of our new executive team leaders who just promoted, Rochelle, she was a number two. She was an engineer. We had questions, but once we got our questions answered, we were able to make the best decision for ourselves. And then number three, if you're category three, you're like my mom. You love the idea of saving money, and you love the opportunity to support a family member or a friend. If you're a number three, make sure you get with us with that, because we can show you how to do that and become a customer. So with that being said, I want to cover two key points because I'm pretty much done. Now, guys, I'm going to stop for a second. This part is important because at the end of a presentation, we do two things. And if you notice, it's 9:26 and we started this at 9:16. All right. So I'm telling you this because it can be simple, brief, and effective. The two key points are directly related to a conversation that Greg Provenzano had with the leadership team on some of the objections that you want to eliminate that most people have, so that you don't have to eliminate these objections in each individual conversation after the presentation. I'm going to say that again because I know somebody missed it. Mr. Provenzano said there are a few objections that you want to handle. Yeah, it's about 7-minute presentation. It's easy, right? So there's a few objections that you want to handle that most people have. Handle it in the presentation. You know who also said that? Zig Ziglar. He said you want to handle what most people will object to in the presentation, so you're not having to handle it with everyone asking the same questions. Okay, so two key points. First is timing. No matter what we do in life, timing plays a huge factor. Same thing applies in ACN. April, something happened that never happened before in the history of this country. It's called the Great Resignation. More people are walking off of their jobs than ever before. They're not taking their pensions. They're leaving them on the table. They're not doing a 2 weeks notice. They're just quitting. And in fact, in August, 4.3 million people walked off of their jobs. Here's what we realized, ladies and gentlemen. Over the next 6 months, half the people you know will either be involved with ACN because they're saving money on services they're already using, or because they're making money as business owners. If someone else introduces your contacts to the company, they benefit. But if you introduce them, you benefit. The opportunity is never missed. It's just passed on to people that are willing to take action. With that being said, there are only about a few things that people think about when they first take a look at the company. Now, here's where I address the top 4 things people think about. Number one, how does it work? Well, the beauty behind ACN is we have a system. Check this out. I don't know how this iPad works, but I know how to use it because Apple made it so simple for someone like me to use it. That's how ACN works. ACN took care of all the partnerships, the providers, the services, getting paid on the monthly bills. And you and I have a system that we can follow step by step to get results. And we teach you that system in training. Next, credibility, where the company shines. We have an A+ rating in the Better Business Bureau. We've been documented by the Wall Street Journal, Success from Home magazine, Success magazine, and Inc. magazine ranked us industry titans in our space, dominating in performance and customer support outside of any other company doing what we're doing. Now, time. Time's very valuable. And here's what I said, guys. I thought I was too busy for this. And my mentor said, Julian, I need you to know something. This is designed for busy people. He said, even if you're the busiest person you know, guess what that means by default? Everyone else you know is less busy than you. So if all we did was introduce your less busy contacts to the company as they build a business and acquire customers, guess whose business is growing? Yours. And then lastly, it's affordable. It's $199 a partner. But even as affordable as that is, ACN has placed something special on the table for new people that start with us this month. It's called the Next Level Bonus in November. And the way it works is we have people on the call right now, Rochelle, we have Peachy, we have Marie, and then we even have brand new Cecilia. She's only been involved for a week. She's 2 points away from the bonus already. So here's what we're saying. There's a special bonus on the table that if you go out and reach the first 2 positions and get to executive team leader, ACN is going to pay you a $700 bonus for doing it. Our job as a team, we have a game plan, a 7-day goal to get you there. And just by following the 7-day goal you see on the screen, we'll make sure to help you to get that accomplished in less than 30 days so that you can be a part of the team of people that are in the leadership training and generating your first check. We have additional resources that you can plug into with ACN Corporate, and there's a training every Saturday so that you can learn the business and you'll be able to build this because you can plug into the system and follow it A to Z. So what am I saying? You don't need to be a salesperson. We're not looking for that. What you do need is you don't need to know everyone or be a social butterfly. We're not looking for that. Here's what we're looking for. We're looking for someone that has work ethic and has the ability to be coached and has an open mind. If you have those 3 things, we can help you to succeed with this business. So with that being said, we're done. And what we do is we break out, because obviously that didn't take long at all. We have testimonials at the end for our newest people that are having success. And then we answer some questions. You guys should be in and out in 30 minutes or less if you're doing it right. If it's taking you longer, that means you're adding information that is not necessary. So again, what I want to make sure you do, look at your presentations, guys. See if you're adding all the acronyms. Get all of that out of there. No one knows what an IBO is. Hey, you want to be an IBO? It's like you're cursing me out. I don't know what that means. But you can say, would you want to be a business partner? Use language that people know. Hey, you should be a part of the downline. People don't know what a downline is. But people know what an organization or a team is. I hope you guys are catching this. So if you can simplify your language, then people can understand and receive it. And if people can understand and receive it based on the vision and the timing that we're in, they can make a better decision. But if it's brief and people go away confused, then you got to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what am I saying? It's probably a lot of terms that just the regular person doesn't understand. Here's what Tony Cooper said, and I'll never forget it. He said, you want to present like you're presenting to a 3rd grader. He said, you don't want to talk down to people or be condescending, but you want to speak in terms that a 3rd grader would understand. That way, and you want to do it with excitement. You do those 2 things, you'll be an effective presenter because people get excited when they catch on quickly. I want you to think about it. When people watch movies, I'm one of those guys that I figured a movie out like in the 2nd scene. And people hate me for it. I remember I was at Mr. Thomas. I saw, what was that movie? The Sixth Sense. I don't know if you remember that, Mr. Thomas, but The Sixth Sense, it was big. It was a big movie. I was in the movie theater. This is years ago. And when the counselor came out, I said, hey, I think he's probably dead. I said that out loud in the movie theater. I ruined the movie. Okay, so I'm one of those guys that I love to know quickly. If I pick up on a puzzle fast, or I pick up on a math problem, think about when a teacher's taught something that should be complicated, but you catch on right away. Be honest. By a show of hands, how many people feel smart? You feel smart, right? You look around like, you guys don't get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. You want people to feel that way in your presentation. You don't want them to feel clueless. You want them to be like, I'm getting this. Oh my gosh. Wait, if I'm getting this quickly, I'll kill this thing. And that's what happens when it's simple enough that they get it. If it's so complex that they're confused, they're going to say, well, this sounds great, Mr. Thomas, and you're probably going to do well, but it's not for me. And that's what happens. So people are like, whoa, this is not for me because it sounds complicated. So I hope that helps. I'm done for today. I wanted to share that with you because being in the beginning of the month, everyone should start presenting right away. Your ETL, your CQ, doesn't matter. Remember, edification takes care of the position or the way people look at you. And then if you keep it simple and cast vision and handle those few objections, people are going to be able to make a decision. Remember, categories. For us, we do 3 categories. Number 1 is someone who's ready to get started. If you're a number 2, that means you have some questions and we'll get your questions answered. And if you're number 3, that means you want to become a customer. We split the guests into, what are you, category 1, 2, or 3? I'm a 1. Okay, cool. You go into this room. Category 2, oh, you go into that room. Category 3, perfect. We're going to help someone help you to become a customer. And that's how we function so that we have efficiency and we have effectiveness in the presentation. Remember, the presentation, I said it in the beginning, is to make a decision. It's not just to talk. So we're sharing information so they have enough to make a decision at the end. And here's the bonus tip. Speed is a part of this. So this is where most people drop the ball. So I'm going to give you a bonus tip. Anyone who's interested, who hasn't joined, and anyone who signs up right away, you want to get them in to expose a few people yesterday. So what does that mean? That means if Mr. Thomas says, I'm in, but I don't have the money, I say, perfect, Mr. Thomas, here's what I want you to do. I want to show you how simple this is and give you a head start. So by the time you have the money, you already have business lined up to make a profit on. Imagine, Mr. Thomas, if you were to join and the same day you qualified for the $700 bonus. Would that be a good thing, sir, for you? He's going to say, absolutely. Perfect. Well, here's what we're going to do. And then we talk about flat tire friends. If you had a flat 2 o'clock in the morning, who would come pick you up? If they weren't available, that first person, who would come pick you up? If they weren't available, who would come? We get 3 flat tire friends. They're usually closest people to them, their wife, fiance, their best friend, their brother. And the reason why we do that is because they know those people's schedules. And then we get them in front of a presentation as soon as possible. And as soon as possible could be in the next 30 minutes, or it could be in the next hour. And you get a recruit for a recruit. If you do that, you're going to see confidence level in new people go through the roof. And you're going to start to promote ETL after ETL, just like they're doing in Marie's organization right now. So I'm very proud of them, what's happening. I noticed that Marie Cecilia is like 2 points away from ETL. She's only been in for a week. So they're just following the presentation and doing this system. So with that being said, Mr. Thomas, if anybody has any questions, that's fine. It's a few minutes after. It's up to you, but that's pretty much it.